Alrighty guys, welcome back to another single player episode. Last time we were playing, we were just starting to skid some stuff down, shooting some chips into some piles. Today, I'm just going to load up this truck, get rid of some of our pile here. Probably should make bigger piles. Whatever, we'll get rid of this pile. I'm just going to leave probably this little back section just so we kind of have a line of where our pile is, I think. I think that's what I'm going to do. So last night I spent hours and hours screwing around with these maps, playing with these tree physics again, to make sure everything was proper. And I actually found a better tree physics. They don't glitch out anymore on the trailers, I've found. They still do move around a little tiny bit, but that's, I mean, even the in-game stock trees do that. Because I was testing the other maps as well, like the in-game maps like Giants made, and their logs move around too, so there's not much you can really do about that. So I went ahead and played with some more code, and I found that removing a couple things from that code made the trees settle a little bit quicker. So now the trees actually settle quite nice. But the biggest problem I had last night was as soon as I changed the physics on the trees, I made them slightly heavier, not by much, by like teeny micro amounts, just so they settle a bit faster. But by changing that weight even a micro amount, it made it so that when I locked my trees on the trailer, they would just start flipping out and going and shooting all over the place, and that was very odd. So what I had to do was go in and change the weight of the trailer a bit, make it a little bit heavier for the new logs. And yeah, since I did that, I haven't had a problem, so now they seem to settle just fine, or at least they were last night. Watch today, they'll like freak out just because this game is very random. No, they won't do that. They won't do that to us. Oh, I don't want to lose this. Oh, looks like we got a good grip, thank God. I thought bottom was gonna shit out on us there. Alright, that's good enough. I want to leave a little bit there, like I said, so we have like a reference to our pile here. So yeah, I would like lock them, and you'd drive ahead like 10 feet, then suddenly the trailer would like shake back and forth, and the logs would go and fly around like crazy land. So that was kind of annoying, I didn't like that. Obviously not a feature we're looking for. So we're going to get rid of these tops that we so nicely separated. I think I'm going to keep separating them because I think since I've changed the physics, I don't really necessarily have to separate them. But because it's working well, I'm just not going to poke the beast here. I'm going to let it be. There we go. Put this one the other way just to kind of get some balance here. These tops don't load worth a shit anyway, no matter what you do. Just because this game, well, even in real life, the tops don't load very nice. So I try to mix them in with the other ones, but I don't really want to do that, so what we'll do is we'll put the weight a little more towards the stake. Yeah, okay. So I gotta remember that next time when we're loading these. Let's grab one more little grapple out of here. That'll be good enough. We'll save the rest. Okay, so the trick being, when the weight's really pondered to one side, you gotta move it closer to the stake, the weighty bit. It kind of makes it stick out weirdly on the back, but you'll notice they settle a lot nicer if you put this kind of heavier bit more centered to the stake. Because if you have it way out there like I did, obviously you get droopage in your pile like you got right there. Maybe I'll throw these on there just to kind of even up our piles here. See, these ones aren't so bad because they're pretty much the same weight all the way through. So they just settle nicely right in the bunk, but the other ones, not so much. this up over here. Because I don't have my timer going, so every once in a while I'll have to just look at the game capture thing. It tells me my timer's on it, so it's kind of cool. Alright, let's leave this guy here. Yeah, see, at least now they're settling in the bunk, so new tree physics are good. And hopefully they stay good, because I tested it, like, I loaded this exact truck the way you just saw, like, probably 25 times last night in my live stream. Just testing out physics and logs. And everything settled nicely, so better stay that way. Yeah, everything sits pretty nice on there now. Yeah, I like these 7s. The 7-meter logs are quite nice. They look nice on the truck, they sit nice in the bunks. They're pretty easy to load too, everything seems to get along with them, so. Alright, well let's get this one to the mill, unload it, and see where we're at. And then I think we're going to do probably some more skidding. I got lots of skidding to do. There's at least 6 or 7 piles, I think, or more up there now. And then maybe after we get those done, we'll either process them or do kind of a back bunching situation. We can move back towards the site and kind of clear out that other hill. Don't know yet, haven't decided. So yeah, I think I'm gonna start on another map tonight, or maybe tomorrow. I got some interesting ideas for kind of a flat style map, so. But I'm gonna make it, like I said in the last, I think it was in the last video, I said I'm gonna make it a smaller map. So there's not quite as much distance, but it's gonna be a lot more detailed, is my plan. So rocks and little faces and rock face cliffs, and just have fun with it and make it pretty. Because I'm kind of tired of these generic, never-ending logging maps that just look the same. Might even change the mill around, I'm thinking. I don't know yet. See how inspired I am. Alrighty. This is just like the LeBaron at the mill. It's almost identical, actually. Just the claw's a little different on it, that's about it. It's solid instead of having all those little holes in it. But basically it's the same machine. And one of these days when I'm not lazy, I'm going to put some more detail into it. Obviously before I release it, I'm hoping to get more detail on it, but... Also want to lower that sell point. I hate dropping them at that point and then having them disappear. I want to make a mill where it's literally just a hole in the ground. I like the hole in the ground. Can you just drop them into like a little spot? See, these ones, it's just, I don't know, I don't like that invisible shit. I don't know, I think it looks stupid. So next map, I'm going to go ahead and change that. I'm not going to go back and change it on these ones because it's a pain in the ass to change it on these ones. Because all those trees are there, and because all those trees are there, the map is like ridiculously slow. Loading everything. So you do all the mill stuff and make it all quirky way ahead of time, that's the key. Oop. That was an interesting one, huh? Alright, let's take a peek here. Oh yeah, we're doing good. We're only 9 minutes in, we're doing just fine. Not like I really care about the map, but I'm trying to keep it at least somewhat consistent. See, these logs actually sit quite nice. I'm pretty happy with this. Oops, I don't grab too much there. There we go. And this machine's actually quite pleasant unloading stuff too. I haven't tried longs. I imagine you could probably do longs. It'd be a little wonky, but I imagine you could do it. But I mean, everything sits nice and smooth. For a dangle head, I think it swings quite nice. It may be a little bit slow compared to like a real life dangle head. Like it seems to drag a little bit, but for this game's physics, you don't really want anything whipping around too crazy. Right. One more, and we're free. There we go. Oop. There we go. Perfect. Now we can take this guy back, do some skidding, bring all that shit down, and yeah, we'll probably end the video processing as usual. And then maybe if I get the cojones, I might bring that bucksaw out there. Maybe we'll just strip the trees and then cut them. I don't know what it cuts to. I can't remember. It might cut to a smaller piece. But then again, we can always load mediums on there too. It doesn't have to be exactly 7 or whatever. Or we could do longs if we really wanted to as well. Just means we'll have to spend a lot more time on the saw, kind of cutting away. I really wish I could invent something that would just delimb the tree. Well, technically there is a way to delimb on cut. So, I don't know, I might look into that. Basically, after you make your first cut, it just delimbs everything on the tree. It's kind of ridiculous and unrealistic looking, but if you're looking to do bucksaw, it'd probably be a lot quicker than running up and down the tree with a chainsaw. But some people like doing all that manual stuff. I don't know. I guess there's no real rush in this game because we're not really going anywhere, you know, it's not like we're actually doing production of any kind, it's just kind of having fun. That's why you don't want to rush too much because, yeah, nothing to really rush about. Alright, let's back this guy into his hole here. Our Jake brakes every 10 seconds. Not to drive it off the cliff, and we're good to go. Alright, let's get our favorite little skidder here. And back to battle. That's our first pile right there. Juicy pile, look at that one. Squeeze, not too hard, right? Kind of let them level out because they do that weirdly. Oof, these ones are heavy. Front end's just dancing. Man, I thought this machine was crazy heavy. I guess not. Since I changed the tree's weight, they're a little bit more hefty now for sure. Alright, let's drop these ones. Oops. Let's put these ones right about here, I think. And we'll just make a line as we go here, I guess, and until she's good. I could probably even push those piles out to the road a little more. I should do that. These piles can definitely go. 'Cause, I mean, it's not like anyone traffic's coming. I could always park that truck and load a little bit further over. I think I'll do that. That'll give us a little more back room. Because right now that skidder's kind of dumping into that hill, and I don't really like that very much. So let's move this pile over, these piles over, to like about here. Yeah, that'll be okay. Just all of these up here. So everybody's nice and even. Oops, except for you. That's good enough. Let's see how much of this we can get. Cinch these up just by doing this instead. I'm going to keep about a processor arms width between them here, which is, I don't know about that, I guess. Actually, it's probably a little less, but that's okay. Let's go like this. Oh. Just realized we're poking into this pile a little bit, so I'm going to carefully pull that out without wrecking the rest of them there. There we go. Gotta be nice and gentle. There we go. Perfect. And we'll turn that and drop. Oops. It's a sticky one there. And we'll slide that one right into there. These guys are finicky little buggers. Just gotta be nice and gentle and hope they go where you want them to. And we're just gonna make that gap a little tiny bit bigger. There we go. Maybe tilt it this way just a teeny bit. Oops. There we go. This is pretty, like, anal piles here, but whatever, it's all good. Okay, that looks good to me. So this pile, what we're gonna have to do is bring this up a little bit. How much of this we can get? Not very much. That looks better. Can't see the freaking claw. So I'm just gonna assume we're kind of on track here. There we go. Good enough. And that way, when we come in with our skidder, we can just go zip right by there. Alright. Just gonna hide this guy over here. Perfect. Get everything out of the way, that's the key, right? So now we're a bit on the road, but I mean that's no big deal, because that truck can come right along here, loader can load up, and our skidder should have a nice big ass room there, so. There we go. Alright, let's get back to work here. Dicking around with piles for so long. Poor skidder needs some suspension. It's very springy. There we go. Now the key is to make sure you don't whap that other pile with the trees. So what we're going to do is we're going to back up a little bit here. That way we can make a nice big turn. That tail end will clear that other group of trees. Have lots of times where you like turn and then you just go whap right into that other pile. And that is definitely not what we want to do. Yeah, that's a lot nicer. We don't have that stupid hill. Like, so when you get an incline like this and you're trying to drop trees with the skidder, such a pain in the ass. Trees hang up, they fly around, they bounce off each other. And then it's just no fun for anyone. Because now the trees are going to be pointing up. Heavy trees. Again. There we go. Go get some more. Never-ending circus of tree gathering. Start processing and loading up here if I really want to, or forwarding, but that sounds like a lot of work. Let's not do that. Let's just do this for now because it's working good. Make a good screenshot if I can time it right. Gotta try that again. I want to do the crest of this hill. It's alright, this will be a funny screenshot. Cool. Sorry, I had to do that. Actually a pretty cool looking machine when it's rolling. Not to mention it sounds pretty badass. Oh, you think we can get another one in there? You know what I can do? Bet you. Alright, let's go get one more pile. How much time we got? Oh, we're coming up on it here. 5 more minutes. Let's see if we can get some more piles. Guess we won't be processing in this video, but definitely in the next one for sure. Created our own little mud trail here. I wish the track stayed like permanently, just walked them on the ground or something. That'd be pretty cool. Oh, let's see what happens here. the trees, I think. There we go. Looks like we're all set up to do some processing next video for sure. We start cutting there, throw our tops over here. Yeah, that should be good. Cool. Alright, well, I'm going to call it on this video. And, yeah, when we come back next time, we'll do some processing, maybe a bit more loading. Might bring in some new machines, too, just to kind of change things up. Maybe do some forwarding or something as well. Okay, cool. We'll talk to you guys on the next